If I had to choose just one muscle to work on in my body, it would be the gluteus. And if I had to choose just one exercise to work my glutes, it would be the bridge exercise. The bridge is one of the best tools to develop strength at the hip level, protect your hips, your knees, and also your lower back. The good thing about the bridge is that it has many different variations that we can do at home without needing any equipment. Exactly, and that's exactly what I'm bringing you here today. 10 variations of gluteus maximus exercises that you can do at home with the help of a sofa, a mat, and a simple water bottle. And we're going to go from the simplest to the most complicated, from a level for older people who don't move much at home, in their daily lives, up to a level for athletes who want to improve their performance. Are you interested? Then join me for the next 20 minutes. Let's separate it here so you can appreciate its thickness, its density, and its importance within your body's anatomy. Very well. First exercise, very simple. All you have to do is lie on your back, rest your back on the floor, get comfortable, head and legs stretched out in a position where you can be without any kind of pain. I want you to place your hands right under your buttocks, right hand under your right buttock, left hand under your left buttock. And from here, I want you to focus on those buttocks. Let's think about them. Establish a connection from the brain to the buttocks. I want you to take a breath, and as you exhale, squeeze your buttocks tightly as if you had a nut between them. As if you had a credit card, a 500 € bill. We keep the contraction strong for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. How are we going to notice that we've done this variation correctly? Very simple. First of all, the hands are the best witnesses that this contraction is being directed exactly here to my glute. And second, the feet to do the contraction. Alright, those feet are going to turn outward because the gluteus maximus has a function of extension and external rotation. Okay, let's do 10 repetitions together so you can integrate it, and then we'll move straight to the next difficulty. Hands on those glutes, or rather glutes on hands. We take a breath to coordinate. Exhale, squeeze. Very strong. For 3, 4, and 5, relax. That's 2, contract. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's 3. Let's see how it would look from another camera. Switching cameras here. Contract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. And when you master it, we're just going to take our hands away and focus only on those glutes. Do you see how that pelvis lifts up? Do you see how those feet turn more outward? And the contraction, obviously, we've already exhausted it. Relax. Let's do 4 more to complete 10. Contract strongly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. I have 3 left, 1 finger less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, last 2. I squeeze those glutes tightly up. Let it drop. Last repetition up, very strong, and let it drop. How are you? Good sensations? You should feel your glutes warm and worked with blood flowing. That contraction brings more blood and fluids to the area so that muscle can perform the activity, the demand to which we are subjecting it to. For the second exercise, you will need a cushion from your sofa, a cushion that you can take from its backrest. I want you to lie on your back again, and this time place your legs on that cushion at the ankle level, just a little above. The higher that cushion is, the harder the exercise will be. Keep that in mind. Let's lie on our backs, and the closer that cushion is to your body, the easier it will be. Let's go with level 2. We rest on the floor in a comfortable position as usual, and from here it's exactly the same, okay? I'm going to contract my glutes tightly, as if I wanted to hold that credit card between my buttocks, and then I'm going to lift my buttocks slightly off the floor. As you can see, my pelvis is no longer resting on the floor. I can easily slide my hand underneath because it has been lifted. There's more work here. We add a bit of hip extension, and therefore the exercise is of higher quality. Is it too difficult? Well, then just slide down a little bit, okay? So that cushion is closer. If it's too easy, move away, and you can even place that cushion under your heels. Let's do 5 to keep it concise. Arms on both sides. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, and lift your pelvis well off the floor. We'll look at the arms later, but you can leave them here or down here. But that's something we'll talk about in a moment. Relax. And again, I look for that glute contraction here and that external rotation at the level of the feet. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. We go down. Let's set up another camera. Let's do 3 more up. Strong contraction. Glutes tight, legs fully stretched, pelvis no longer touching the floor. Relax. Last 2. Lift up and always hold the contraction for 5 seconds. Relax. Last repetition. Lift again. Very good. And relax. And again, you'll feel warmth, you'll feel work, contraction, tension in the back part of your back. Imagine that you like this exercise, that it was simple, light, and you want to try a higher level or level 3. Very simple. Here's what we must do next. Place your legs a little higher, that is, on the sofa we have here, very close by. Rest your feet exactly on the sofa. I'm going to leave them right on the edge so you can see them clearly, and I lie down on the floor. The support here is more distal, higher, and a more complex exercise. You understand now, correct? The higher that support is, the harder it gets. The more distal or farther away that support is, the harder it gets. We place our hands on both sides of our body, and from here, we follow the same procedure. I contract my glutes very strongly and lift my pelvis. I can pass my hand underneath. There's a straight line between my ankles and my shoulders, and notice that my feet have rotated outward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I relax and lower down. 1 more repetition. Let's go for it. 5, and I relax. Let's go again. 5, and I relax. Let's do 2 more. I lift in a straight line, shoulder and ankle, glute tight and warmed up. Last repetition, touch down and lift again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. They're simple, but look, I've already done 3 sets in a row, and I feel fatigue. I feel that muscle work in the glute area. And that only means one thing. You're working effectively. Great, that was level 3. Let's proceed to level 4 now. I put my feet back on the floor, bent, knees at 90 degrees, and from here, the exercise gets a little bit more challenging. Now, we have to lift the pelvis again, and since our legs aren't stretched out, the effort for the gluteus maximus is going to be much, much greater. Let's go for it. This is called the classic bridge, and within the same bridge, it has 3 different levels of difficulty. We start with the most basic one. 5 repetitions, arms on both sides of the body, same procedure we've done. I lift my pelvis all the way up, nice and high, aligning my shoulder and my knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And don't forget that really good quality contraction in the back, like you're trying to hold a credit card between your glutes. 1, I'm going for the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and relax. Let's go for the third one. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and relax. Remember the powerful contraction at the top. Very strong. 2, 3, 4, 5. Final rep, touch, and go for it. I lift 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. First difficulty of the bridge, or level 4, according to the order we're following. How can we make this a little more challenging? Removing supports. If I place my arms on my chest, I'll have less support from the floor, and therefore the exercise will be more difficult. And can we really apply this even at the beginner levels? I just wanted to get to this point so it's clear to you what the progression would be. I place my arms crossed in front of me. Now it's more unstable. Careful, don't fall. I take a breath down, and as I exhale, I lift my pelvis up. We've added a little difficulty to work at level 5. I relax. My buttocks touch down and I go back up, strong and steady. Very good. 2 touch down and up. 3. Believe me, when you've done a few sets, this gets much more intense. 4 repetitions. Let's go for the last one. I can already feel that contraction in the glutes. Good quality, good work afterwards, and it's possible that tomorrow when I wake up I'll have soreness in... Very good, we've seen this level 5. How was it? What did you think? Now let's move on to level 6, a level where, besides removing the arms, we add weight. Remember, the goal of this is for you to try out what your level is, what your moment is, which one causes some discomfort, which is a significant effort, and stick with that one. At the end of the video, I'll show you exactly how many times you need to do it. Hold the weight at the level of your pelvis with your hands so they're no longer resting on the floor, and from here, we lift. What's going to happen? That a simple weight of 2 or 3 kilos can completely change the course of the exercise to make it more difficult. Level 6, okay? 2, I hold it up for a few seconds, at least 5, okay? We touch down and come up explosively and quickly, adding intensity to the exercise. We touch down and up, 3 or 4, I don't know. What's important is the work, not the numbers. Up, let's do one last one. I touch down and up. Very good job. Very, very good. I'm already feeling my glutes burning, like they're getting a good muscle stimulation. Let's relax, rest, and take a breath. Did you deserve it? And now we would be at level 7. This level is already starting to get extremely challenging. You can add as much weight as you want, by the way. Actually, the glutes are very powerful muscles, and you could even add 10, 20, 30, or even 40 kilos. But I'll show you a variation next, so you can add more weight if you're someone who has good gluteal musculature. For the next difficulty, we have to place the support for the legs higher, and for that, we'll use our couch again. We place our feet right on the edge, keeping our knees at 90 degrees of flexion, just like we've done before. We place our arms on both sides of the body, and from here, it's the same procedure. We lift our hips until our shoulder is aligned with the knee. As you can see, now the range of motion is much greater, so the exercise is much more difficult. Look, even here we could remove the arms or add that bottle, but we're not going to do it again so it doesn't get too long. I want you to get the idea of how you can progress in height, in weight, in supports. This is difficulty 7. We're doing 5 repetitions. This is the 3rd. Relax, support up, good glute contraction, relax, support up. One last time, touching up. Great job. If you've made it this far, I congratulate you for your consistency, your good work, and your interest in improving your body's health. Let's change positions, remove the mat, and try level 8 with a hip thrust, one of the best exercises to build muscle mass in the glutes. Starting position. Sitting on the floor, back supported against the sofa. It could also be a chair, but make sure the chair is against the wall and that it's something heavy. The support for your body depends on your height, but the sofa should be below your armpit. I'm quite tall, so if you can't reach this position, what you need to do is place some cushions under your buttocks. Now, it's okay if you end up a bit lower or higher, but at most, it should be right at armpit level. Feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, and make sure your toes are pointing slightly outward. Remember that the gluteus maximus also turns your feet outward. From here, we have 2 options for the head. We can place our hands behind the nape of the neck, which is the best option for me, or we can simply place our arms at chest level and bring the chin here. If you have cervical issues or pain, your arms are your best option. I'll remove them to clearly demonstrate the exercise. The goal is to start in this position, inhale as always, and as you exhale, lift your pelvis as much as possible. Let's remove this because it's bothering me. Until you form a horizontal line between your shoulders and your knees, as if you were a table. As if you could leave a glass of water here so your son or daughter could come and drink. We touch down, we go down, and as soon as we touch, I lift up as much as possible, hold the contraction, look how strong it is here, what a good contraction, what incredible activity. And if your neck area hurts, touch down and keep your head resting on your hands. 3. I'm going to leave it like this so you can see it better. I touch down and slowly up. Very good muscle contraction. Huge. 4. I'm going to do 2 more. I touch down, up. That's great. 5. Last repetition. I touch down and up. 6. Incredible work. Honestly, this even makes me sweat. This would be level number 8 that we can do to add more weight. I'm not going to grab the bottle because now it's too far away. I grab a cushion to simulate weight. Again, we place that weight right here. The problem with the weight is that you're going to have to hold it with your hands. You could use a 10-kilo plate as weight, of course, but be careful that it doesn't fall. And for that, well, you need to have a strong neck so that your head isn't supported by your hands. Let's do 5 more, imagining that this is a 10-kilo weight. Let's go for it. I tuck my chin in well to protect my cervical spine. Lift up and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impressive work. I go down, touch, and up. 1, 2. Impressive. I touch down and lift up. 3. I touch down and lift up. 4. Last repetition. I touch down and up. Impressive. Level 9, what did you think? Completely crazy, no doubt about it. But there is still one more level, level 10, as I promised you, and this one really is something completely impossible for most mortals. Pay close attention. I'm going to adjust myself to make sure the mic hasn't come loose. I'm going to place my supporting leg more toward the center, right in front of my pelvis, and I'm going to cross the other leg over. You can do it like this, or with one leg without touching the ground. For me, crossing my leg is more comfortable and easier, but choose any variation you like. The important thing here is that the left leg, in this case, doesn't touch the ground. There's no kind of support. Everything is done using the right leg. And it's the same procedure. Hands here, hands here. You could even add some weight if you're interested. Next, lift your buttock. Use your right glute to push until your hips and shoulders form a straight line. I hold the position and extend, touch down and up again. This gets much harder. I'm going to do one of 2 variations, taking the leg from here and placing it up like this so you can see it's the same. 3, I have 2 left, touch down and up. 4, touch down, up. And 5. Would I be lying if I told you it was easy? Impressive. The best part is that you have to work it with both legs. So if you're sitting at home, don't rest completely, try it with the other leg. As you can see, working the glutes can be something very simple or very complex. I invite you to try all the exercises at least once and see which one challenges you the most, which one makes you feel more muscle work. But don't overdo it either, as that could cause pain. Choose that difficulty and work on it for 4 or 5 sets of 10 repetitions. That will allow you to work on your glute strength and gain more muscle mass. You can do it 5 days a week or include it in any other routine that you're already doing to improve your quality of life. Remember, working your glutes is crucial, and I assure you that you'll notice it in your hips, your lower back, and also in your knees. If you've enjoyed all of this, we've put together a little event called Hip Week, which we did live a few weeks ago. You can access it through the little card that appears right up there in the top right corner of the screen. There you'll learn not only strength exercises like these, but also a ton of other exercises. And about very important factors that are causing pain in your hip, which you can work on, and that could help you improve your quality of life. I just want to say goodbye and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hoping that you can share this video with the people who need it. And also hoping that you come back to my channel occasionally so that together we can keep improving your quality of life. Bye, friends.